Boom. Boom, boom, boom. So far, so good.
Yeah.
There it is. Hello, everybody. I don't know if it's looking fuzzy. Hello, everybody. How does it look to everybody? At least I got the screen right tonight. All right, there we go. It looks like it's clearing up. Yep. Jerry. Looks like we got Jeremy, Rudy, brother Randy, Soul Minded, brother Mike, Jay Ortiz, Shelly. Out hello. So tonight I'm gonna be doing some fender skirts. And first I just want to thank everybody for supporting, watching the videos. If you would please like and subscribe, I appreciate it. And I know it's been a while since I did a live video. We've been busy. It's been crazy. A lot going on. And so, like I said, I just want to thank you guys. I want to try to start doing it on a regular basis. Sometimes it's just hard. But tonight, definitely doing some fender skirts. Most likely, I was trying to get this one taped to where it was pre-taped, and I was going to do the other one. We might just do one tonight. I'll just have to do the other one tomorrow or another time. But, of course, Raiders. I know Raiders ain't everybody's color. Or ain't everybody's team, laugh out loud. But like I say, I appreciate your support. Going to be using, of course, blacks, whites, and, of course, this is, of course, silver. Next week, I'm going to be doing this big 2-foot cross. I'm going to be doing something wild on it, kind of the wild style. I'm going to be using the colors we just used from the Denver class, the lime green candy, the gold, and the organic green, or the alchemy green. Like I said, I want to thank definitely Tammy for definitely taking care of us for the class. Definitely continue to support her. And this is, of course, the fender skirts flaked with 0.04 and 0.08. The Vanderslice, it's a Vanderslice mix. This is the Vanderslice mix, the cross. That one's 3 different sizes. Like I say, that's a lot more work to do this one. A lot more clear, a lot more sanding. But we'll be doing something cool next week on this. So definitely stay tuned on that one. Gonna do something way cool. This one right here has the 0.004 and the 0.008. So, of course, it's already sanded. It's ready to go. I'm doing this for one of my brothers here in Albuquerque. Of course, he's a Raiders fan. These are just going to be display for his car show display. So they're not going to actually go on a car. So, of course, you know, some of these two ain't in the best shape sometimes, these aftermarket fender skirts. And of course, I didn't do any body work on it. I just sanded them, based them, flaked them, since it's just going to be a display. He didn't want to go too crazy on them as far as getting too deep into them. But like I said, definitely thank you guys for attending. Brother Johnny Ortiz, thank you, brother. Samuel Santiago, I appreciate you, brother. San Diego in the house. E. Brown, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate you tuning in, my brother, definitely. So, like I say, I thank each and every one of you guys. So, we're going to be using, of course, a bunch of different sizes of tape. I'm going to be doing some 1/8 inch, mainly on this one. And like I said, I'm trying to keep it in this area. I'll kind of move it. That's why I got these green lines taped, because that's kind of what you guys can see and what you guys can't. So, of course, I already put the Raiders logo is already on here. Of course, I went back and I masked just the inside because I wanted to keep that from the patterns not going through it. So, and I already kind of have an idea of what I'm doing, kind of what you've seen on the thumbnail. So I'm going to be going with that. And like I say, and definitely look out for the Kansas class. I definitely wanted to announce it a few times. October 14th and 15th. We're going to be having the class in Kansas City, Missouri. Don't miss out on this one. Brother Nick Rodriguez. Man, he's an amazing artist. Humble guy as well. We're happy to be in the Kansas, Missouri area, which is a blessing. What's happening, Brother Freddie? So definitely get your deposits in for this class. This will be the last one for this year. And I'm planning on doing possibly one in Miami, probably the beginning of the year, again with Joe Angel. And then doing one in New Jersey. Not sure exactly the date for that one, but it'll be most likely like early spring when it warms up a little bit. Like I say, don't miss out on this one. We definitely go all out. I appreciate all you that are actually on here that took the Denver class or the Albuquerque class. Thank you for supporting. And I know, too, I just want to thank a lot of you guys that are way out East Coast. I know it's late out there. I know it's already 10, I think even 11 for some places, if I'm not mistaken, at least 10 something. So, like I say, I appreciate it. But, so, like I say, I already sanded it with 320, red scuff pad. Already wiped it with wax and grease remover to clean it of any contaminants from touching it with greasy hands, whatever it may be. And, like I say, so I'm going to get started with what I got going on. And for the most part, like I say, hopefully you guys are able to see what I'm doing. And of course, don't forget, man, I am super shaky. If I can do it, you can do it. You already know. So that's kind of the motto. I'm coming in with the swoop. Coming in with the swoop right there. I'm going to turn this to where you guys can see it. Coming in about a 1/4 inch off of the edge there. Same thing, all of this tape and flake you can get from the website as well. Vinyl, fine line, masking tape, whatever it is. I appreciate you guys supporting. I'm just a small, very small business compared to others. And I really, honestly, there's just so much competition as far as that. It's like, man, I don't sell as much flake or tape as you think I probably do. But definitely, like I say, I appreciate you guys supporting. So I came in with that one, 1/4 inch away from the edge. All right, Seattle in the house. I appreciate it. Definitely. Man, we had a bunch of people. I know a bunch of people that are on here for the class in Denver. We had quite a few people from out of town. It was definitely a blessing. So I'm going to come in now. I'm going to come across. I'm going to go about right through the middle of this shape right there. Always turn it. I'm one of those ones, like I tell everybody in the class, never keep what you're working on in the same position, because you got to keep moving around to accommodate, to make it comfortable for you to work. Unless you're happy going in circles, unless it's necessary, like say if you're working on a car and you're doing a roof or something, and there's just no way you can move what you're working on, then it is what it is. But if you are working on something like a skateboard, you're working on something like a small art project, something like this, just continue to move that thing, whatever you got to do to move it, to be comfortable, to get those lines straight, you continue to do. Like I say, a lot of times too, there'll be times where you got to move the tape. You might not like the way it is. Lift it up, redo it, whatever it is, whatever you got to do. So I'm going to come in a little bit fatter over on this end here. Which I think I'm going to come in and even change this just a little bit. How's it look to everybody? Is it blurry or is it clear? Pretty fuzzy. What's up, Brother Timothy? How's it look to everybody? Is it clear on your screen or is it fuzzy? I know I got a screen in front of me and it kind of looks a little blurry. Goes in and out.
Is it clear now?
But it looks now. It wouldn't be right if we didn't have technical difficulties, would it? So I'm coming in, a nice little swoop. I kind of fixed that the way I wanted. Wasn't too happy with the way it looked. Coming in a little fatter. Mr. Lopez, what's happening, my brother? Booyah, Raiders, buddy. I know that's my brother Conrad's team. If you guys would too, like I say, please like and subscribe if you're not already. I appreciate you guys. Get it to where you like it. Get it to where it's straight. Now I'm going to come in here. Same thing, about a 1/2 inch. I'm going to continue to come all the way down. Same thing. Keep about that 1/2 inch all the way down. Like I say, if I'm shaky, if I can do it, you can do it. Rob makes those swooshes better than Nike. I appreciate that, my brother Johnny. Johnny from Bullhead City. Going in, cutting this. I'm going to kind of leave like a little point. Cutting this off. This here. You don't want to ever cut too deep, but you always want to cut deep enough. Nice little swoosh. Boom, boom, boom. Cut this one over here. Clean up this. I know some of it you guys can't see just because of space, because we're like short on space. Need to try to set it up where the camera's a little higher. Otherwise, how's everybody doing? So that's the initial design. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to go through that with another pattern. I'm going to probably just continue. I'm going to use some orange 1/4 inch just to kind of swoop through. This one I'm going to come literally at the corner. It's happening, my brother Keith. Trying to get this set up a little better to where you guys can see a little better. There we go. Brother Keith in the house from Denver. Who's all going to the Denver Super Show? Where actually it's not even Denver, it's Colorado Springs this weekend. So I'm going to swoop through. Boom, boom, boom. No, I'm not, my brother Freddie. Too much going on. We're actually going to go camping, try to get out of here for a minute. Just Saturday till Sunday. There's just so many shows. I know, same with you guys out there. You guys just had the original Lowrider last weekend. And now, of course, this weekend is Beto's show. Of course, Beto's one of my boys. I love him. Always try to support. So swooping through with the 1/4 inch. I'm gonna cut these ones out. So those ones go underneath. Cut this all out together here. Then this one actually going to cut it to where it goes through. So it's going to go on top. The only thing is it's a little more work. When you peel this off right here, it's going to have to get cut right there, cut there, cut there, cut there, lifted up, shaded, and peeled back. And then there'll be actually a 1/4 inch piece left right there. So we got that swoop going through. Save some s'mores, brother Jeremy. That's funny. So what I'm going to do, because I'm going to do some fades through here. We're going to do some taping kind of through it. So what we're going to do is we're going to mask this up next to protect it for right now. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back with some 1/2 inch. And you guys always know me. I always try to utilize what's already taped when you're masking. Instead of just masking, I try to utilize the tape for patterns as I'm actually masking it up. So I'm going to come in with 1/2 inch, literally curving around this. We're going to run it tight. This will end up a fade or a shade. I shouldn't say a fade, but a shade. So we're just going right through this. You always want to make sure you don't overlap. And I'm going to literally turn it through this. I'll have to cut that out. It doesn't matter if it wrinkles on that inside. As long as you're good here, we're good. So I'm coming back. I'm going to cut this. Boom. I'm going to cut this. Cut that out. What's happening, Jay? I want to thank all you guys for tuning in again. Like I say, and always putting up with my technical difficulties. Eventually will be none of them. At least we got a full screen this time. And how is it, everybody? Is it still blurry? Or is it clear? Looks good. Thank you, Linda. Appreciate you. And then, like I say, so we're going with that. like and subscribe, like I say. Now I'm going to come back, same thing. I'm going to come back through this one. I'm going to have to where it's taped and ready, same thing, to where there'll be a fade. And of course, this half-inch masking tape, man, it bends pretty good. There's only so much degree turn you can bend without it wrinkling, but like say these turns here, no problem. That way to get that little half-inch kind of fade in there. As you can see, works out good, smooth. Same thing, I'm coming in. I'm just gonna cut this. Same thing over here. Flip it. Like I say, always work where you're comfortable with whatever you're working on. Don't sit there and move around for whatever you're working on. Make it comfortable to do, you know, like even with the classes, like I tell the students, it's like, man, honestly, I would never tape a skateboard or a board on the table. I always put it on my lap or some type of way. And over here we have like the little IKEA stools that we put Velcro on. And like even see right here, I got Velcro here on the table. So if there's something I'm working on and I don't want it to move, I will hot glue Velcro like on the back of like the MDF wood for the crosses. And I'll stick it on there. And that way it doesn't move when you're pulling and taping. And, you know, because it's so easy when you're doing something to just pull, especially skateboards. Man, they're actually a pain in the butt to work on. You know, they're moving all around while you're working on them. And, you know, to keep them stable. So what I'm going to do, I'm coming back now. Same thing. Going through this half-inch. Just to protect it. Looking clear in Califas. Is that where you're from, my brother? What part of California? So there we go. That will be ready, taped, but we're going to come back and we're going to mask it. Like I said, I'm masking the complete piece up. But that's already kind of pre-taped. It's just utilizing your masking tape. Now, we had a really blessed class in Denver. Sold out, 30 students. Definitely a blessing. Had a lot of amazing hands-on instructors. There's quite a few of them here on right now. Hey, San Jose. There we go, buddy. It's all the music that I loved always from that area. Vallejo, San Jose, San Francisco, Antioch, all the Bay Area. It's where a lot of good stuff came from. Even some of the old school stuff, Electric Kingdom. I didn't even know that. What's happening, Lauren? Las Vegas in the house. Yeah, buddy. How are you doing? We're just masking that up. I'm trying to still separate it from what I got going on. So I'm going to come back and cut this out. Come back one more time. That's what, yep. There's a bunch of Christian rappers I listen to too from the Bay Area, from Sacramento, Seven, T-Bone. So boom, we got that masked up, ready to go. So now I'm gonna do some fades. So honestly, I think I'm gonna separate this area, and I think we're gonna do something inside that. So I'm going to, let's see. So I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna put a little border. I'm gonna come back with this orange. I'm gonna go about a 1/4 of an inch away from that 1/8 inch, just to kind of break it up. I'm gonna do some of that webbing inside there. Literally, you just kind of want to go literally a 1/4 of an inch away, just by gauging it about the same size of the tape. Boom. Same thing, I'm gonna come back over here. I'm gonna go about 1/4 of an inch away, maybe a little less, just to break it up. How about everybody from the class? What's happening, Maria? Is anybody, I know Jay and Maria just got through doing a car up there. Anybody else from the class that has been doing anything since the class? Have you guys done anything? Chopping that, slicing it, dicing it. And this is gonna be its own little section here. We could even come in, we could do a little fat right there. Yeah, IG, definitely one of my favorite rappers too. Mama, that's probably one of my favorite ones by him. Don't Want to Make You Cry, Mama. That was like one of his biggest hits. Let me grab an orange 1/8 inch. I'll be back in about 10 minutes. Just kidding. Like I say, a lot of this tape too I got for sale. All of the vinyl, about 10 bucks a roll. Real competitive on the pricing. The masking tape, I got 1/8 inch, 16th inch, 1 millimeter. All kinds of different ones. Each one comes with 2 rolls in it. As far as the masking tape, those are about 6 bucks a roll to 7 for the 1/2 inch. And this orange is a little more translucent. It's thinner than the green. Hey, I appreciate that, my brother. I flaked out 4 different canvases with the Vanderslice mix. Now plotting out some ideas for them. Man, I definitely appreciate you guys' support. Like I say, I'm super small. There's so much people out there. And it means a lot when you guys support me. It really does. I appreciate it. I'm going to come back. I'm going to do one more little swoop here. We'll do like that. Little boom. I'm going to come back. Pedro, what's happening, my brother? Same thing coming in about a 1/2 inch away. In all reality, I should have just left this without this. But as you guys know me, it's hard for me to put the tape down. And I should have just did webbing inside there. Because with me, I'll keep just filling. And then there ends up barely any room left to actually do any effects. So I appreciate that, Pedro. I appreciate it, brother. Great work. So boom. I'm going to come back, cut these. You don't want to do lace again? That's funny. That was a lot of lace. What's happening, Nevaeh? I'm sure it's probably JJ. Yeah, buddy. What's happening, JJ? Aztec in the house. So now I'm going to come back. I'm going to flip it. So now I'm going to come back and do some fades in here. So I'm going to come in. It's always good, 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch to do the fades. Hopefully you guys are able to see that right there. Yep. I got my little green targets here. And so I'm going to come in first. I'm going to come in with the 3/4 inch against that edge right there. Basically just going right along that green fine line for the first fade. This is so simple. This is the 3 shade or the 3 fade, depending on how you do it. So this side too, same thing. I'm going to come back, same thing with the 3/4 inch. Some of these videos, man, I want to go back and do a little more old school patterns, some S patterns, some in and outs. It's just hard for me sometimes when you're trying to do new stuff, you know what I mean? It's like, but it needs to be done. So now I got that there. Hopefully you guys can see it. 3/4 inch, 3/4 inch. I'm coming back now. And just to break it up, like I say, I definitely still use 3M, the J tape. Like I said, I'm selling the J tape. I'm stacking up a bunch of the 3M. I got a bunch of 1/8 inch. My brother Rudy's been on the hunt. He's got a few hookups. I know that's been hard to get. And I still try to use both to where mixing it up just to where it looks cool. Kind of breaks it up as you're doing it. So I'm coming in. Lloyd, thanks, Rob, for the class in D-Town. Appreciate you, Lloyd. Really do, man. I appreciate, man, all you guys in Denver, man. Like I say, it's not just a class. You guys end up family. I have such a love for Colorado, for everybody up there. They always treat me with so much love and respect, and it's mutual. Like I say, and same thing with everybody else that came, all the people that flew in from different places. Man, it's a blessing, like I say. Let's see, Brother Pedro, I can't wait to get off home confinement. Maybe I will go to attend a class, man. That would be a blessing, man. Stay blessed, my brother. E. Brown, love you, my brother. I appreciate you. Good night. And God bless and thank you for supporting, brother. Thank you for tuning in. Keep up. Okay, so now I'm coming in, same thing. 1/2 inch. I'm going to come in with the 1/2 inch. This will be the 3 shades. Same thing. You want to butt that right against 1 millimeter over it. So same thing. This is, you guys get this whole concept. It's coming up with, which I am. I'm, like I said earlier, I'm honestly going to remove this one. I'm going to go with my gut the way I wanted it in the first place. It's back to that. It's coming up with the theme. Of course, it's we got the Raiders logo down in there. That's going to be literally everything's going to go underneath that. Then you're coming up with the main theme, kind of coming up through the skirt, and then an additional pattern swooping through. And there's just so many things we could do. We could have done like these 3 shades. We could have done like a drop down style pattern. You know, that would be like your common thing to do. But, you know, always try to do something different, which, like I say, don't feel bad if you are copying something. It's like we're all copying something at one time or another. But there comes a time where, you know, you definitely want to start coming up with your own style, which I know it's hard to, and there's so much stuff. People have done almost everything out there. It's just crazy. Tape has been turned, like I say in the class, tape has been turned about every direction it can. And, you know, when I was first starting and you know, the name of the shop was Innovative Styles, you know, there was a lot of us that were innovating the styles right there in those times, you know, late 80s, early 90s. And like I say, there just gets to be a point where a lot of stuff has already been done. So as you see, I got my 3 shades. So it's the 3/4 inch, 3/4 inch, 1/2 inch green, 1/2 inch tan. Those are all going to make a really nice point right here. Really nice accent. And they're going to go through. So like I say, then it's a matter of what else I want to do as far as, so I might go one more. Let's see. So I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go through one more time with this 1/8 inch. Come here, same thing. A little lower. I'm going to cut this point down. Same thing. Cut that right there. Cut it over here. I'm going to cut this right here. So I want that to be able to peel off when it's all said and done. It's all about planning it out, what's going to come off, how it's going to come off. So same thing. I'm gonna go back one more like you guys always see me inside. We are gonna go one more time inside here. We'll cut this. So I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna lay a couple more fades just right here to fill in this space. Like I tell you guys, it's hard for me to leave anything open. But I'm definitely leaving that open. We are gonna do some the webbing in there. So we'll do that there. I appreciate that, my brother Lloyd. So I'm coming back in with a little bit of 1/4 inch. Like I say, just to kind of fill that in. Like I say, I'm shaky. If I can do it, you can do it. Boom. In fact, I'm gonna do one more. We'll call it a day right there. It's like 3 of the 1/4 inch. Kind of about a 1/4 of an inch away from each other. Boom. Okay. So that's pretty much set up right there. Try to move the screen to where it don't lock up. Looks cherry so far. Cherry, bro. Freddie. Thank you. I appreciate it, Freddie. So what I'm going to do now is we are going to mask just this right here to spray the webbing or to protect it, honestly. Let me see. And that's part of the process, is trying to figure out what exactly. So, yep, watch. Let me grab a little bit of paper. We all just kind of go boom, boom, boom. I'll use this for a little tape machine real quick. A little bit there. Make sure you don't got no leak throughs. And this one we can just kind of go around here. Make sure we don't got no leak through there. Same thing. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna move this. Gonna come in with some of this Rust-Oleum. It says marble, but it's actually webbing. You guys seen it at the class. Of course, let me tear up a little bit of paper here. This is an old school trick literally from the 70s. You know, I tell everybody at the class, we'd mix up lacquer with no lacquer thinner, shoot it out the gun, and it would just come out webbing. So, and it looks really cool like webbing. And like I say, just Rust-Oleum. They have white, they have black. And we are gonna do that just in this section here. Simple, boom, boom, boom. Boom. You kind of see the effect that it gives. Some webbing on it. Webbing, my brother Lloyd. And it's the Rust-Oleum, but it's in the, like I say, marble can. They sell it in white. So now we got that. So now what I'm gonna do, coming back, I'm gonna shade. I am gonna shade just around the border, just around the edge of that. Just around the edge of it. And then this is literally ready to come off. So boom, we got step one, easy peasy. And so sometimes that might take, there's a little wet, some of it takes a second to dry when it's really thick. It's drying up pretty quick there. So now I'm gonna come back. We are gonna go back through here. I'm gonna shoot a little bit of white right through here, right through that section. And then the next fade will be black. So it'll kind of turn it like a little bit gray, but it's going to drown out the flake in that area. So I'm literally coming back just right through this area, real low pressure with the white. It's drowning out the flake in that area, killing the flake. This is just to your discretion, whatever you want to use. Same thing, I'm going to come back right through the middle. I'm going to come back right through the middle of these 3/4 inch. Just going to shoot a little bit of white right through those, just right through the middle. So then we're going to come back. Yeah, it's straight. Well, it's straight black. It is kind of transparent to a certain extent. And for shading, I definitely prefer it to be transparent for the shading. And it is kind of, and you can kind of do that yourself. You can mix a little more reducer with it. You could even add a little base coat clear to it if you want to water it down a little bit, make it a little more translucent. And And then, of course, there's times, though, where you just want it to cover really quick. Like I say, this would be, my brother, I would say kind of in between to where it's still kind of transparent. You know what I mean? So now I am going to shoot just this green fade over here. I'm just barely going to shade over it. Just a little bit. Then I'm gonna tape, and see, most of this skirt is pretty much ready to go. We're just gonna fire down now. We're gonna just start to spray, untape, spray the next, untape, spray the next. So I'm taking up where I just did that white. Taking that up right there. And of course, like I say, I wish you could see a little bit better of, you kind of see that nice little, and I call, when you use white like this, I call it a hologram effect too, especially when you're going to candy over it. Man, if you're doing something and you're going to do patterns and you're going to candy over it, make sure to use whites, because that'll give you a hologram effect. Man, you'll walk different lighting, those patterns will disappear, they'll appear, and it just gives you a real cool effect, like I say. So now I'm going to come back. I'm going to come in with the black. Let me make sure I got a good angle that you guys are able to see the best. Probably about right there. So same thing. On this one, it is actually going to be a 3 fade, not a 3 shade. When it's a 3 shade, if we're using the colors like cobalt blue, oriental blue, or red, orange, gold, we would be able to use the red first. We'd be able to untape, go over everything we just shot with the orange without affecting the red, doing that, all the oranges, then going back with the gold over the orange and the red without affecting either of those colors. And that would be more of the 3 shades. So now I'm just coming, I'm shooting about halfway, just halfway on that masking tape. Same thing, right along that. This would be like the translucent for sure, my brother. And it's going about halfway just to where it's fading a little bit right in that little bit of area. And then same thing, I'm gonna come back, same thing. So I shot that green over that green tape, the 1/2 inch, both sides, because this goes to a point. And then this one, same thing. The inner one here, same thing. I'm going to go along that one as well. It's all how you mask it. And you know what? I'm going to go back. Let me cut just right here, because that pattern kind of goes into that one. There we go. So same thing, just going along that edge, real light coat over it. Same thing, low pressure, boom, boom, boom. Next step. So now same thing. I'm gonna untape that next step. I'm gonna put it a little closer to the camera to where you guys can see it. Man, it just makes those nice crisp lines, really nice points whenever you're doing this. To these points, and that's one of my key things. That's one of my signatures, is those points. I always try to include those in my patterns somewhere. It's mandatory, like literally mandatory. And I mean, there's probably not one job that I've done where I haven't added those in. It's just something I have to do, and it just, like I say, it's just gives that effect. Be careful when you're pulling that you don't pull any other tape off. Boom, boom, boom. So you kind of see that point. See the white still kind of turned it gray now. Really nice point going all the way across. I wish you guys could see it in person, you know what I mean? Let me make sure, there we go. So now, I always try to, at this point, get your tack rag, kind of go over it. Be careful with your points. You don't want to peel those up. Just kind of go back over it some, tack it off. And then same thing. So what we're going to do now, same thing. And I go back one more time with a little bit of the white around these areas. And then that last one will be a black. I appreciate it, my brother. A little bit of white. Barely going along that edge. Like I say, just barely. Then same thing, it's ready to untape that next line. Make sure when you're untaping, you don't want to peel off any of your back work back there. Brother Jason. So now same thing, like I say, you look up close, you got that white, you got that black, you got that other white, kind of ends up with the gray. Especially I'm gonna shoot over it one more time here with the black, going around that. Now I'm just going literally along this green line. You're just shooting right along the edge. Same thing, I'm gonna come all the way around this. I'm gonna come through this. I'm gonna come right through this little black here. So now I'm gonna take this orange one off. I'm gonna take these three off. Same thing, gonna come back, tack rag. Because when you're doing these fades, it does blow a lot of little overspray. You want to continue to clean your area really good. And then now we're gonna go back, we're gonna shade just real quick while it's masked, even though I'm just gonna go around the edge anyway after we untape it, just to get it a little bit heavier. So same thing, I'm coming in through here. Kind of look like those patterns go underneath there, which you'll be able to tell when we untape it. We're gonna come just along this, right there. Same thing where that goes through right there. Boom there, right here, and right there. Little bit of shading right there. Boom. So now we're gonna take up that next. This one here. I'm gonna literally shoot a little white. This white, I can tell I needed to reduce a little bit more. Got a little more reducer to this white. Time out. You guys want to get a little popcorn or something? Side. Reduce that white a little bit more. This white, I'm sure everybody's done it. This white is pretty much in the can, pretty much already getting pretty hard. Brought it back to life already like 3 times. CPR, laugh out loud, but serious. Add a little reducer to it. Of course, sometimes it'll splatter when it's really thick. Way better. So I'm coming in. Right through the middle. Okay, so then, wherever I put my razor blade, of course. Put that bad boy down somewhere. Oh, here it is, got it. So now I'm gonna take this. Right through the middle. You want to be careful too, not to peel any of the other. See, it's wanting to peel up that low tack. Boom. Then I'm gonna go back, just barely hitting the edge around all of that. Yes, sir, Brother Yazi. Yeah, buddy. So now I'm coming back with a little bit of black, literally going just right. Shading just barely a little bit across the tape. Just barely, barely, barely. Real transparent. Coming back. some of that. And I'm saying that's good enough for that. Now we're going to come back this last one. So I'm untaping this. And it's already set up just with that 1/2 inch. Same thing over here. I'm just leaving that little bit of 1/2 inch right there. Same thing, tack it off. And this one, actually I'm going to tape just because I'm going to shoot a little bit of white. I'm going to mask right there. I'm going to actually mask right through the middle. I'm going to fold it over just because I'm going to shoot a little bit of white right there. Boom, boom, boom. Good enough, good enough, good enough. So I'm coming back with the white. I'm just shading literally a fade across that. Same thing right there. A little bit of white. All right. Then actually I'm going to keep that there because I don't want no color going through there. Okay, so now we are going to untape this right here. Boom. Same thing here. No worries, my brother Pedro. Thank you for tuning in. God bless you, brother. I know a lot of you guys, it's late. I appreciate you guys. Boom. So now I'm going to go back with a little bit of the black. Same thing, I'm just going to barely shoot around the edge of the green. I'm talking just barely missed around it. It's a lot easier than what you think. I mean, I just aim right for the middle there. Same thing over here. Swing it around, swing it around. I'll go back that way in a second. Okay, boom. I'm gonna put this over here so it's a little more easy to spray. Same thing, I'm just coming right along that. I'm gonna come back, untape that real quick, and I am actually going to shoot the edges real quick. Same thing, I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip it. Let me see. Sorry, I'm having to. I got an old computer that I'm reading all of the chat on because the iPad is up above me a little bit. It says to download. I gotta say this computer's so out of date. Same thing, I'm coming around the edge here just to get some color. Like I say, he's using these for display. So not gonna really even see. I mean, you're gonna see the edge. Sorry, when I'm trying to spray. Versus when it's on the car. Want to make sure that I got it good. Okay. So, unpeel that. Now we are going to untape. We're going to do a little bit of shading. So first, I'm going to take off this one. There'll be a couple places we got to shade before we can untape the next step. So this is all about taping, puzzling, figuring it out as you're going as far as your steps. So see, this has to get shaded black. Same thing, this has to get shaded black. This has to get shaded. And of course, all of this has got to get shaded. So I'm going to cut right here. Boom, I'm going to cut this so I can lift it up. Same thing here. Same thing here. So I'm going to peel that back a little bit. And peel that back a little bit. I'm going to peel this back a little bit. Peel this back a little bit. This one I'm going to actually cut right here because I'm going to do a little shading right there. So this I can peel back a little bit. This one here I can actually effect. We can just take this off here. This is where I start to get excited. Chris in the house, Cincinnati. What's happening, brother Chris? Hope you're doing good, brother. So same thing, like I say, we need to shade just right there. We need to shade there. We need to shade there. Now you can come in with the airbrush. I actually did break out the airbrush tonight, so I will, which I don't usually use. I usually use my touch-up gun. To shade, but this way you don't got to go back and do too much masking. Thank you, brother Jeremy. Appreciate you, brother. Cernaz. What's happening, my brother? Okay, so I'm coming in literally just shading right there a little bit. Just a little bit there. Just along that edge. So that pattern's going to go underneath it. Same thing here. You're just trying to just barely get a little bit there. Now I'm coming in right here. Coming in hot right there. I might as well just get right here while I'm at it. Okay. Then this is going to lift up. This is going to lift up so we can shade right there. Like I say, be careful not to unpeel the... And then like I say, because I cut out right here and right here and right here to where that went over this one, there's going to be 4 pieces of 1/4 inch green in that section. See? Which we are going to peel out. Boom. Easy peasy. Okay, so now we got to shade one more place right there and up there. Boom. Boom right there. Oh yeah, and then one more place right here. Let me make it a little easier. You guys probably can't even see it anyway. Okay. Boom. Like I say, I want to continue. I want to remind you guys, pattern class, Kansas City, Missouri, October 14th and 15th. Kansas City, Missouri. My brother Nick Rodriguez is going to be my partner for this class. He's an amazing artist. You see some of the work. Amazing pinstriper, leafer. Man, just he comes up with some original stuff, really cool stuff that a lot of people's not doing. Super humble guy. We're going to be doing it, pretty sure, at a place, Atomic Collision. There in the, I think it's Truman Road in Kansas City, Missouri. So we look forward to that class. Sign up while you can. Definitely got spots available. It's still 2 months away, but get your spot. Hands-on class. Can't miss it. I know a lot of people on here took the class either in Albuquerque or like my brother Chris from Cincinnati flew all the way out here to Albuquerque to take the class. And several other people that are on here that flew out to Denver to take the class. So now we're taking up our final tape, and what we're going to have left is to do the Raiders logo for all you Raiders fans. Literally taking off that last bit of tape. Boom. One little piece. So now this, it's still masked up. I'm going to go back. I'm going to shade just around it. Back to the tack rag. Get your tack rag clean up. Kind of go over it. Brother Jason, yes, it's going to be like the class in Denver. It'll have a little bit different of a twist, but basically the same. Different colors. We are going to try to go a little more in depth. Every time I do a class, I learn a little bit more on how I can be a better teacher, how we can make the class a little bit better. So I'm just literally going around the Raiders logo. A little bit of shading there. I know, Brother Jason. Yeah, speaking of, man, this guy drove, Jason that's on the chat right now, he drove 26 hours straight. We're talking straight for the Denver class. All the way from Maryland, Pasadena, Maryland. We're talking all the way East Coast. I think he's maybe 30 away from the ocean. This guy drove all the way to Denver. Crazy. So you see what we got left. We got the Raiders logo. Same thing. Come in and just a little bit of shading. There's so many things you could do too. We could marble that white inside there. You know, I'm going to literally stick. We're going to just go a little bit of shading. Around the edge. Same thing. Going with the airbrush just real light. Same thing with the letters. Kind of want to go around the edge of all of that. Did you have any caffeine on that drive? He had to have. I'm serious, Jeremy. We were praying for this guy. His girlfriend was calling like man, we're talking, we were worried about him, but he made it with no issues. So now literally we are just taking off. Sometimes this can get a little tedious depending on how much detail it's got. This one ain't too bad. If you can find a start somewhere that'll just kind of go, and you can pull it and kind of continue to pull it like this. This is all done with the, these ones were cut out with the Cricut low tack vinyl to where it's easy to remove. Man, some people do it with regular vinyl. You talk about a nightmare. Serious nightmare. Take forever and it'll leave the glue. It's a special type of chemical restraint vinyl we need to use when we have them made up. Yeah, exactly. It's a low tack. That way it's able to be removed. Boom. Brother from Seattle, what clear do you like to use? Well, I've been using this clear from Florida. It's a Matrix copy. MS42 is what I've really been liking. I've been liking, we've been using for the class, the Orion Stargazer. That one's been good. I mean, my go-to all these years, honestly, has been Matrix MS42. It's the high solids. And it's usually about 300 to about 400 bucks. Been using it for like 20 something years. You know, as far, like I say, really been liking that clear from my brother out in Florida. Yes, for the stickers, definitely got to use a low tack for sure. Yeah, the MS52 is just a little too thin for me. It's a little watered down. I mean, if you're going to do, like, say, for a flow coat, my brother, that would be perfect. Literally perfect for a flow coat after you've already filled in all your patterns and artwork or flake or whatever it is with the high solids. that would be a great one. What's happening, my brother Tunes? Is that brother Michael? Or is that a different Tunes? And brother Timothy, I appreciate it, brother. I'm gonna put a quick coat of clear on it, just to make it pop real quick. You guys give me about a couple minutes. Boom. Get that mixed up. I appreciate you guys hanging in there. It really means a lot. Scoop that back a tad. All right. Back to that. You want a tack rag, of course. Same thing. Blow up my crazy table here. It's got all kinds of flake on it. I always like to put, of course, a tack coat on it. Yes, please like and subscribe. Thank you, Jeremy, for reminding people. I always like to put just a medium dry coat, especially when you have patterns. This one, since it's laying flat, we're kind of all right because you have a chance to sag all that color into the silver if you just start getting heavy with it. So like I say, I'm just gonna come medium wet, real quick. Real fast coat. Let that set just a minute. Now I'll come back with the wet coat. You don't want your patterns running. Like I say, if this was standing up, and you were to put it on too heavy, I've had where candy will run into the silver. Man, you talk about a mess. And it's easy to do. It's real easy to do. You go in there just a little too gun happy, all excited through with those patterns, and you start pouring it on wet, forget it. Thank you, my brother. Vinyl Guy 420. Is that a regular 2-to-1 clear? Yes, this is definitely high solids 2-to-1. This is the, and then what do you got? What spot clear, fast dry? So for the clear, fast dry, for the class we've been using is called Meteor Clear, and it dries super fast. That way the people are ready to take their boards. That's really been actually pretty good. No solvent popping. That's Tammy sells that. It's Orion. And it's real affordable too. I think it's like $200 a gallon. Most of her clears are around the $200 mark. Her high solids is about $269, I think. What do we got? Yeah, I know I tried the Tamco Fast Dry. Well, actually, no, I didn't try the Tamco Fast Dry. I tried one of the other Tamco. I know that was her and her dad. So like I say, just kind of wanted to tack up a little bit. I'm going to come back a little heavier. I'm going to try to move this to where I don't hit my stand. I wish I had my heavy light in here to where you guys could actually see it. Let me see. Wherever I put my phone. Let me hitting everything but my light. See those nice points too? See that little bit of white shading in the middle of the pattern? That webbing. I'm going to take this down. I appreciate that, my brother. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, next week, going to be doing a big cross, 24-inch. Going to be doing some radical style on that. Thank you for tuning in for this. Like I say, this is going to need, I'm going to put more clear now, resand it, re-clear it, flow coat over it. And this is just for a display. I appreciate you guys. Please like and subscribe. You guys want to get any tape from me? I have super good deals on the website. I have package deals, different sizes, vinyl, masking tape, 16th inch, 1 millimeter. Like I say, thank you for supporting. I truly appreciate you guys. And like I say, don't forget, if you are anywhere in the Kansas area, sign up for the Kansas class. We still have spots. It's a $250 non-refundable deposit to save your spot. 2-day class, all materials included, everything. Candies, tapes, lunch, everything included. It's going to be a blessing. Like I say, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. You guys are a blessing, and I appreciate you guys. I'm out. Thank you guys. Let's see. Next Thursday, my brother. God bless each and every one of you guys. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I got shirts. I got flake. Thank you, brother Timothy, for reminding. I appreciate you. Hit me up. And I appreciate that too, Jason. I thank you for supporting, brother. Appreciate you guys. God bless and have a good night. Thank you for spending the last hour and something with me.